Hello everybody, welcome to the battlefield of North and South. And we're with the Union Army, and you can see artillery ready to be set up. Coleman unfortunately couldn't take it anymore and killed himself. And we fly over to the fine area of one of the spawns. There's George Crook and the Union captains and the staff making their way out. This, of course, the fine green livery of the United States sharpshooters. There's Private Shifty in there with the wrong uniform, Bad Shifty, the New Yorkers, and of course the New York State Militia. Look at these guys, always looking proud and red-legged devils that they are. And there is Sergeant W. Griffin leading the boys with Douglas Uppity, what a fine name. And there's Donnie from the 2nd RI. Now, what's going on over here, we wonder? Ah, the 14th New York State Militia, another line. With Sergeant Major Michael Wood commanding that line. And here is Alistair Kebabson, fine name from the 20th Maine. Now, let's see if we can find out what's going on, because moving out to the left flank here it's the 68th New York. Up ahead, looking... Oh God, it's Mistress Hinkle. Mistress Hinkle, always dangerous to see. And there you go, Major Von Platten from the 68th New York, leading his lads forward. Now, they're going out on the left flank, obviously supported by the Lady Hinkle, which is, yeah, that's slightly disturbing in many, many ways. And we're going to fly onto the top of this hill. Now, this appears to be a good hill that you would use for artillery. Now, the 3rd US, Mandy Pleasington, making his way out. And this is exactly what you came to expect. Great placement here. And Grozny, the engineer of choice for Maine, doing his duty, doing his work. And there's Major Boucher and Lefebvre Charles, Staff Captain Cocaine. And Ippen, 2nd Lieutenant from Maine. Doesn't she look lovely today? So the cannonballs go out, fired into the battlefield, and managing to catch Major Big Boss from North Carolina. Whoops-a-daisy. Ippen with a fine kill. Let's see if we can find out where the rest of these guys are. Brigadier General McMuffin from the Eagle Brigade. And here, the 8th Florida Cadet Joan. And let's see what's finding out as we're going on and having a look at Colonel Zadiz from the Floridas. The Floridians moving out. And Vanishing Dolphin of the 7th Texas. Look at that. These guys getting set up by the defences by the river, and this pontoon bridge crossing, as you can see, somewhat awash with water. But a dangerous position. Leaves you open to all sorts of badness. Usually involving bullets, gunfire, and all that kind of funky good stuff. So, we'll go over and have a look around. There's Colonel Brutus, leading United States sharpshooters onwards. And interestingly, by this farmstead, we have some horses. Hello, horsies. What are you up to? There we go, Michigan. PFC Edward Powell, or Noel, I think. Yeah, Noel, sorry, Noel. And look at this fine organisation of horses from the Michigan Cavalry. Oh, a few of them taking hits. Pepsi Wonder is no more. Edgy Enters claimed him. A bullet shot from the edgiest events. Monsieur Enters claimed another one, and 2 people have managed to shoot themselves in the head. I don't know how the hell they managed that, but you know. Oh no, we've lost Perboying as well. What's going on? I think Perboying may have crashed, which would be a tad unfortunate. And here, the 68th New York behind good cover, although a little bit of horn work round the back here from Randy Wilson. Now, let's see what's going on. As here, look at this setup. Fantastic setup. Now, if we can get an idea of where the enemy is. Now, I would say they're directly opposite as the cannonballs come bouncing through. Just missing those areas. And we move over to the well-defended tented area of the North Carolinians, Colonel Fran there, and Waldeberto, also from North Carolina. Down goes Edgy Yent. Alexander Blake finishes off, and recruit Alejandro is also there. And oh dear, poor old Zango has been assassinated. Never mind. Ah, Brigadier General Tenford. A fine beard on the General Tenford today. Doesn't he look handsome? And here is Sergeant Takio from the 11th New York, working together with the likes of Flamos and Maine. And they are literally trying to put down as much fire downfield as they can. The cannonballs come rattling in. And as you can see, it didn't go well for him. But these guys doing a good job, and you can see them now starting to make a little bit of a pull back. Now, whether or not, how they're going to pull back, there we go, there's Girk from Rhode Island. So these guys charging in, as you can see. Oh, here we go, here's the charge. This is the classic Rhode Island charge, with Corporal Smithy leading the way forward. Let's see if we can follow them. Is it a charge, or is it a little bit of a, yeah, there's a little bit of a dozy-do going on in the centre here, I have to say. Not so much a charge at the enemy, it's more sort of a charge in the general direction of the enemy. So Smithy moving forward with the pistol. And there we go, he's looking for an opportunity to get in there. We're following Smithy as he brings it in. Down goes Girk. And there we go, another shot by Smithy. And down goes Barbaneth, killed by Dagon. As one of the Tennessee volunteers also goes down as well. And there we go, Recruit Emir is no more. As Bellyfort actually killed someone. Who would have thunk it? He's actually killed 2 people, I think. And down goes Donny. So a classic Rhode Island charge there. Always a pleasure to see. Now let's see what's going on over here. Is the 14th New York State Militia moving up, with Sergeant Major leading the way. Over on the left here, we've got Private Miami, one of the few Rhode Islanders remaining. There we go, picks up a weapon with a bayonet on it. Now, what's over here? Oh, Smithy survives. There's Bellyfort going nuts with his bayonet. Look at this. As there we go, more slicing and dicing. Private Green taken down by Smithy, and another kill by Bellyfort. Wow, what's going on? Are we in some kind of parallel universe where Bellyfort is actually being good at the game? Who would believe it? I know what you're thinking, and I am actually waiting for the inevitable collapse of the universe from the paradox. Anyway, so we'll go over Stony Bridge and have a look to see what's going on over the other side. As we're looking at the North Carolina, this is Harry and Piccolo and Arcady. And over here, First Lieutenant Mario from the 12th North Carolinians, and Salcos as well, working together, and engineering work being done. Let's see if we can find out. Yes, there's a tent being made. It's Dragon 277. Fine engineering work by this man. Aggressive engineering we heartily approve of. So let's see what's going on as Draconeer from the 21st Alabama. Now let's see if he's working together with more of the 21st ALA. And there is Colonel Laquelle from the 21st Alabama. And you can see these guys looking to get into a good position. Oh, down goes Brigadier General Murch. Shot off his horse. Oh, just beautiful. Rip Murch. Poor old Murch. Charging forward. Checking through his binocs. And unceremoniously dumped onto the ground there, courtesy of a bullet shot. And Colonel Zadai is now taken down. And Coronel Viva from the 21st Alabama taken down by Ippen. And this is going to be a difficult situation for them, because you can see they don't have a lot of cover available to them. They have cannons up there, which is going to keep them sort of pinned down behind this building. And they've also got people pushing them from multiple directions, as you can see over here, by the firepower and the smoke coming from the enemy. And here we go. It's the New York State Militia. There's Mr. Griffin with the other members of his line. And a bit of medicing work being done. Fine medicing work, always great to see. Love that part of the game. Fantastic addition, I have to say. Brings a whole new element to it. There's Dutchling from Rhode Islanders, or Dutching I should say. Oh, there's Cayuso out with the medic. There we go. Fine medic work as well. As Simos and Pat Rocks is killed as he makes his way forward by Thoric. Oh, down goes Robert, Corporal of the New Yorkers. But still they move forward with Private Around dodging, Major Von Platten dodging those bullets as best he can. Thimbile gets taken down, out come the bullets, and this guy over here, Major Von Platten, doing a fantastic job, putting down some suppressive fire with a Navy or Army Colt. Donald Trump has died. Shot in the head, holy crap! Ladies and gentlemen, Hinkle actually killed someone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely not. And down goes Hinkle. Yep, there we go. Normal service has been resumed. I knew for a fact that it wouldn't last forever. The shock. Unfortunately, Hinkle was so shocked by the fact he actually killed someone that he dropped dead of a heart attack. Never mind. Poor Hinkle. Alien 10010001010. There we go. Volunteer. And Soldado Rodrigo with a nice kill onto Henry Bennett of the recruits of the New York State Militia as they make a run across the field. Kenny McCormack from Michigan supporting them, and Michael Cox trying to dodge those bullets as they're being thrown in his general direction in a horrible, horrible way. The New York State Militia still continuing to push, as it looks like, there we go, more Michigan cavalry sniffing around the area. Who's that gentleman on the top? There's Kenny McCormack, blocks the attempt by the bayonet to stab him and takes down Esclavo Rizar from the 21st Alabama. And you can see Kenny trying to defend himself from a large amount of enemies. And there is Staff Major Thorvik. Doesn't he look fantastic with that braid on his arm? He's now defending himself. Oh, one stab into him. This could be bad news for Thorvik. But he gets a slice and he gets a second slice. But finally murdered by this man here, Staff Colonel Numitor. And over here, New York State Militia, Michael Cox, defending himself from the attack of the CSA. And you can see, oh, but he fails, unfortunately, with Epic Pizza. Epic Pizza taking the kill. So I got to do that every time, or at least once every cast with Epic Pizza. Just such a name. Anyway, let's see what's going on. There's now Monsieur Pizza and PFC Joran and Random Horse. Hello, Random Horse. Now PFC Gourmet from the 47th Virginia, working together with other members of the 47th. There's Colonel Anderson. Doesn't he look dashing? And also Foxy Maxey in there as well. So, let's see if we can find out what's going on. There is the Colonel of the 20th Maine, and holy crapola! Look at that! A nice kill into the 21st and the 16th Alabama, and a return kill with the triple kill into the opposing side. Fantastic artillery goodness coming in from Ippen. And wow, look at that. Ippen with a 9-0 score right now. Fantastic. Here is Colonel Ginatez from North Carolina. And here, Salakos. And there's Mario. And Private. And there's the Dragon 277, the engineer. So, we wait and see. 35 and 28. So, still more to happen. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The McMuffin has given the command. Look at this. The United States sharpshooters tooling up. With VM King, First Sergeant. They're firing off their weapons so that they can't shoot anybody. It will be melee only. And they're making their charge towards the Big Stony Bridge. Oh, hello, correction. They're not. There are people waiting over here, and the melee is beginning. As you can see in the center here, Private Will gets stabbed in the head. Very nasty goings on. This could be a very unfortunate moment here for Private Fell of the United States Sharpshooters, as poor old Alien has been taken down. Marlowe's as well. King too. Oh dear. And Lieutenant Colonel Birthday Boy. The Staff Lieutenant Chicken is murdered. The Staff Lieutenant Mercury is trying to deal with the problems of the United States Sharpshooters' bayonet skills. He said squeals there for, yeah, but whatever. So, Private Luke fighting it out with Cadet Joan from the 8th Florida. And now, there we go, jumping in there to take out that remaining member of... Oh, look at that! Mercury. And there is Cadet Joan taking some stabs. This is going to be unfortunate. There, another kill by the United States Sharpshooters until Cadet Joan. Look at this. Run by Cadet Joan. Fantastic. Oh, Edward F. Noel deciding to cheese it. As you can see, 18 and 11 right now. So Edward is now currently legging it in the opposite direction. Oh, and that may not have been a shot. Volunteer Thomas from Maine. As you can see, F. Noel gets taken down. Oh, more stabbing and goodness carrying on here on the battlefield. And here is Captain Cocaine in with his saber. Look at him doing a fantastic job. Fine block by Mr. Cocaine. And let's see as they're fighting around Old Glory. And there's one Jose Jalapeno, volunteer for Maine. And he's doing a fantastic... Oh, correction, he just took a stab. And stabbed back in response. And down goes poor old Jalapeno. Who remains? Staff Captain Cocaine doing a fantastic job. Oh, look at that. A turn and a slice by Cocaine. Oh, this is fantastic. Down. Finally, Maximus takes him down. And that was a pretty damn good run. 11 and 1. Fantastic. We'll move on to the next round. And so we move towards the spawn of the Union Army. The cavalry team moving out. Or possibly not. As Barbeneth has just recently executed poor Smithy. No doubt. The dissension in the ranks. And the Union forces moving out from their camp. -1 or 2. Private Miami remaining in place. Look at the fine kilt-wearing gentleman, Major Jones at the back. Ichabod Crane from Michigan. Fantastic stuff. Now what's going on over here? Oh God, it's belly fought with a sword. That's always dangerous. And there's Birthday Boy at the back, Lieutenant Colonel. So we're just waiting. There's Donnie and Dutching. Fantastic stuff. So let's move out and see who these guys are moving forward, carrying a flag. Ichabod and the Michigan forces, the regiment here. And we'll fly up over the top of the artillery hill as, oh dear, a kill by Ippen into Philippe Leclerc. Fantastic. A very, very quick end to a battle here. Aggressive engineering from, of course, none other than Sergeant Grosny. Oh, listen to those cannon reports. Fantastic stuff. As they go flying out over the hills. So, we move over to the United States Sharpshooters. Moving forward as a group. And there, of course, Colonel Brutus. As United States Sharpshooters make their way past the camera. And we move over to another line of the United States Sharpshooters. Oh, fantastic turnout for the USSS. And the 68th New York in there as well. Splitting off slightly with Major von Platten. Oh God, there he is. In his uniform of subtlety. No one will notice me when I'm dressed like this. Yeah, less said about that the better, really. But it's subtle and understated in many, many ways. As Mr. Hinkle is indeed. And he gets back on his horse. To be honest, I was waiting for his horse to get shot. It's only a matter of time. So, let's see. We fly around. As Powder Cage taken down by Ippen. Oh, fantastic stuff here. Ippen doing so well so far. Look at that, 14-1. That's just brutal. Now, who is this man? Looks to be possibly General or Staff Man. There we go. Eagle Brigade. Brigadier General McMuffin. The tastiest of all muffins. Now, let's see. Over by the cornfield, there's Tanner Rawlings from the 3rd US. And John Von Walson, 1st Sergeant. There we go. They're charging forward. Who are they charging up against? But looks like, no, they're supporting a team here from the Michigans. There we go. Bart Doyle and his boys moving forward. Very aggressive, pushing into the big stony bridge. And standing out there slightly... What's the word I'm looking for? Lacking cover. However, if they can get up to the stony bridge, they'll be in a good position. But saying that, they've decided to hold fire here at this location. Behind the wooden fences, you can see there what looks to be the Michigan Cavalry. Let's go out and check to see what's going on. Or it could be some staff captains, we're not sure yet. Oh, it's the North Carolina Recruit Weary. North Carolina Cavalry. And you can see over here the cannonball. Now this cannon here was Salkos and Mario and Ginatez. They could claim some victims. As you can see, there's puffs of smoke coming from across the Stony Bridge. And you can see him firing to the right of the Stony Bridge. And we shall follow the cannonball as it flies over the side there. What's going to happen? Will anybody intercept this cannonball with their head? Apparently not. Which is a bitter disappointment for us. No, Eugene Beaver! Oh God, look out for beavers. And there's more smoke coming from the field. And from these additional defensive positions. So we're moving up towards the smaller bridges and the pontoon bridge. As bullets absolutely rattling around the camera. Fantastic stuff. And let's see who these fine fellows are. Confederate States Army fellows from the 7th Texan. Working together with the 47th Virginia. Colonel Anderson there. But looking out on their right flank, this could be a dangerous situation for them. As Michael Cox and the other members of the New York State Militia are closing up on their left side. On their right side, I should say. There, from the Iverson Brigade, is Brigadier General Chenford, and he's dehorsed as we watch him. So poor old Chenford has just lost his mount. His clippity-clop is no more. And now he'll have to take cover with the other members. Oh, there's Colonel Dagan. Out with the rifles. And these guys doing a fantastic job. The 7th Texan, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan, defending their position. Let's have a look at the numbers. 60 and 82. So right now the Union has a pretty good advantage as the Eugene Beaver just gets taken down. And you see Coleman checking around that area. Looking for the enemy. Looking for an area to flank on. You can see they've lost a few members of the New York State Militia, but that's not going to stop them. They're still continuing to fire on these guys. Continuing to lay down the fire. And that's one thing that you sometimes forget when you're in observer mode, is these guys have limited ammunition. And there is Sturog, Division Signal Sergeant. And hereby is Private Luke from United States Sharpshooters. Now, what's going on over here? Private Harper and Thomas Angel, and there is Sergeant Harris, Jaeger, and Katyusha. Not the company whore this time. Always nice to see. And a nice kill into Colonel Anderson from a distance. Fantastic. And down goes Bellyfort, killed by another member of the Rhode Islanders, which is pretty much standard for the Rhode Islanders. Wouldn't be them if they didn't kill each other. They're more of a danger to each other than they are to the enemy. So here's Kajuba and the other members of the 7th Texan. Vanishing Dolphin, fine name, sir. Simeo also in there as well. So you've got these guys from Connecticut, and you can hear the medicing thumping of the bandages occurring. As there is regular Creed from 2nd Connecticut, and these guys, Nicky J, moving up as the cannonball flies over the top of the heads. So close. What's this? It is, of course, Mr. Pizza himself, as Charles de Gaulle is taken down. And listen to those bullets zipping in between the battlefield, hitting the floor all around them. This is brutal stuff. Now, over here, Staff Lieutenant Chicken Baccarat gets killed by a cannonball from cocaine. So, Staff Lieutenant Mercury. And a little bit of a cheeky comment there from Brigadier General Murch. Oh dear. Bless him. So, recruit John Curry. As these guys still holding a good job, and you can see now making their way across the field. Here is the United States Sharpshooters, when you can see Senior Sergeant Thomas Angel moving his way across, and they're going to be supported on their right hand side by the Michigans. The Michiganians, with Bart Doyle, Lieutenant, getting the boys together, hiding in the cornfield, getting ready to move out. Looking for adventure and mass murder. And here is their captain, the fine, the brave Ichabod Crane. If you're not familiar with the name, it is, of course, from the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Now, oh my goodness, it's Momchilo, who's not dead. Now I'm guessing Major Von Platten, 68th New York. Yep, that's still in there. And I'm hearing death and destruction sounds. Here's Donnie and Momchilo and Franz. And I think they might be stalking Hinkle, I don't know. Difficult to say with those two, as Pat Rocks gets taken down. Hinkle's still sniffing around. Staff Colonel Numita also around the area. As Cadet Joan and Black 21 are taken down. So, Private Simus, let's sniff around. As we see, 65 and 35. So, the numbers of the Confederacy have been pared back quite significantly. But it looks like the Union hasn't really suffered a huge amount of casualties in this particular battle. So, it's looking pretty good for them at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see. As Obi has just murdered Veterano Hussar, and poor Epic Pizza has bled to death on the battlefield. As cannonballs from Mario come flying over, taking down Luke and Katusha. As you can see over here, the United States Sharpshooters trying to dodge those bullets as they come flying in. And down you can see Joseph Joplin from Michigan defending himself, gets stabbed to death. Private Obi getting involved there with a little bit of stabby goodness as Cabo Albert is nearby. And here you can see Obi being tended to by the medicing skills of course,
send them Yankees back to hell,
Mr. Donald Trump. And down goes another. Oh, Craig Lind with a kill onto Simo. Oh, brutally shot down. Oh dear. And now charging into the battle, it is Obi. We shall watch Obi as he goes up against Colonel Brutus. Here we go, Veteran Private Obi. And it looks like this could be... Oh, down goes Obi, sliced by Brutus, in on the inside of his bayonet and brutally hacked him to death. Oh, and another kill there onto Cabo Albert. And Cabo Christensen and Volunteer Alien also dead. As it now gets very brutal out here in the field, with the melee swinging all over the place, the bayonets doing their damage, and Sergeant Sturag driving past on a horse. Go figure. as the United States sharpshooters just lost their commanding officer. Oh dear, Goss. Learn to cannon, scrub. Oh dear. Poor old Brutus catching the cannonball with his face. And this is the dangerous position that they have to make their way across that bridge for the likes of these guys. And here's Salkos and Ginates. And here is Mario getting onto... Oh my goodness, it's a suicide tent. Look out everyone for the suicide tent. Is he going to hope to claim a victim? From the suicide tent. The suicide tent is away. And... Oh, there we go. Mario killing the dragon with the suicide tent. And Thimbael. And you can hear Simus as well. Out with the sabre. 68th New York. Looking good so far. There's William Poner. Oh dear. Corporal Roberts bleeding to death. As we follow past Old Glory to the horses making their way up towards the top of the hill. And here they are. Tracking the movement. And there's Sturog. And here he is, Graf Maximus. Looking for a little bit of trouble. Oh, Hinkle's in there as well. Barge to the floor. And Hinkle's down. His horse is down. Hinkle's up on his feet. And going in for maybe a kill. Let's see what will happen. Hinkle manages to block it. And Hinkle gets the final kill. Oh, heavens above. Who would have thought it? Hinkle surviving to the end of an actual round. Wow. Hey guys, unfortunately after this particular round, the server had died and was unable to be resurrected. Needless to say, it's probably the shock factor of Hinkle getting a kill, but there we go. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching.